Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing a long-term market analysis update for Chainlink. I'm going to talk about this very key range with the range lows of support at $6, the range highs at $9. I'm going to talk about some levels of support further down from here if we start to break down. We'll cover some weekly moving averages as well as the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio and some things I'm noticing on this pair. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, I will leave a link to my Twitter page in the description below. I am fairly active over there if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. So first, I do want to talk about this big range that we've been in. Again, the range lows at $6. That has been the support since this initial capitulation back here in May a few months ago. And what's really interesting about Chainlink is that it actually hasn't broken down the support. And Chainlink is one of the very, very few altcoins that is actually well above its May low. And if you were to take a measured move, you can see that that low was around $5.30. Currently, we're at around $6.12, so about 15% off that area. So it's very positive to see that Chainlink is holding its support, it's holding its structure, and even if it weren't, if we do start to break down from this range, we've also got a lot of support further down from here in the zone from $4.50 to $4.80. And if we go all the way back here to 2019 and 2020, again, this was a very, very important level for Chainlink. We had this big move up, this big rally right here in the middle of 2019, and Chainlink first initially found resistance at this level. Again, that big rejection following this retest, Chainlink actually declined by about 69% in just the following 14 or 15 weeks. So a very key rejection, and then we did get another retest right here in February and March of 2020. Still holding resistance, another 70% decline in this March capitulation, and then we had a few more retests throughout June. Eventually, when Chainlink broke above this, notice how quickly it was for Chainlink to form this first peak, this new all-time high around $21. And then we never really got a retest of that level following this big breakout, but we could have that coming out in the next few months if we're unable to hold the range lows and the support at $6. So this level I have marked out in green is going to be a huge level to watch out for if Bitcoin continues to have weakness and Chainlink does start to break down from this range. Now, there is certainly no guarantee that we do get a move back down to that zone. But again, if we do, I would expect buyers and demand to start to step in this region. It was very strong resistance in 2019 and 2020. We had those three rejections. This level also marks a very huge breakout point, again, with that move where we had later on in 2020, Chainlink was able to move up by about 330% in just the following 5 weeks from this breakout. So again, this is a very significant level, and I would expect this to hold strong support if we do get that leg back down. So I also do want to talk about these two weekly moving averages, the 20 simple moving average and then the 21-week exponential moving average. Now, these have been very strong resistance throughout this entire bear market. We had this rejection off these moving averages right here in January, another rejection in April, another rejection on this lower high in August, and just the last week, Chainlink got another move back up to that level where these moving averages do span from $7.27 all the way up to $7.80. And we came right up to that zone. The weekly candle closed under this, and then the next following week we came right back down, similar to the last three previous attempts. So it's going to be very important to watch out for these moving averages as our resistance into the next few months. Do keep in mind they are downward sloping and have been downward sloping since we initially had this breakdown in November of 2021. So we could be retesting these at some lower valuations in the next few weeks as they do continue to average down. So just watch out for these moving averages. Again, if we do have another move up and we do have some sort of rejection, really watch to see if Chainlink can hold on the support at $6. And I would say any break or move above these moving averages would actually be really, really bullish, because when Chainlink is actually above these moving averages, you can see they can act as really strong support in these bull market rallies where Chainlink just finds support at these moving averages and then continues higher and continues to bounce off these until they eventually break. And that's when we really start to break that structure. So lastly, I do want to talk about the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio. We've got this very key level of support right around 34,000 Satoshis. That has been a very key level of support and resistance throughout Chainlink's entire history. If we go all the way back here, starting in 2019, we had a rejection in July. We had a big move coming back down from this to find some support at a higher low. We had another retest, another rejection later on in 2019, and eventually Chainlink was able to break out above this point, and then it started to flip that right into support. So we had a big bounce off this, and then that led us to this very impressive rally forming the all-time high on the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio. And then we came back down, retested it as support yet again, this bounce occurring in December of 2020, and then we had this last bounce right here in February before eventually breaking down And then over the last few months, we've really started to come back above this level. And you can see we have been closing on the weekly above this level since this time frame back here in July. So a very positive sign to see that over the last few months, Chainlink on the Bitcoin ratio has started to break back above this once again. It's acting as support. And we've also got these 2 weekly moving averages as our support as well. So again, those are the same moving averages, the 20 weekly and the 21 weekly exponential, and those have been acting as our support. We have started to consolidate, which is a great sign. At this point, I'm really going to be watching to see if Chainlink can start to break this general downward sloping resistance that I have marked out in blue. You can see that is where the lower highs have formed off of throughout this bear market. And I really just want to see Chainlink start to break above this and then form some higher lows and higher highs on the weekly chart. So overall, the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio is looking a lot better. We've reclaimed a very key level of support. We're starting to have the 20 and 21 weekly averages slope up, and we're continuing to consolidate above that zone. So all very positive signs. And to go forward, I really just want to see a little bit more continuation where we might make some higher highs, make some higher lows, and hopefully break this general downward sloping resistance. Now, an uptrend on the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio would bring a lot of strength into the Chainlink USD pair. Chainlink would have a lot more outperformance and strength with respect to Bitcoin, which is definitely something that I like to see in altcoins and definitely something I'm going to be watching out for into the next few months with Chainlink. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out my Twitter page. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.